What is up, guys? Welcome to another Mixed Martial Idiots podcast. We got some Misfits boxing. We got some Jake Paul getting his jaw broken. We got some anticipated fights coming up when the UFC does come back. We got Tanner Francisco Dunphy. We got George Novo. I'm Coach Will. What's up, guys? Let's get going.
Oh man, we got so much happening. We had
Bears just clinched the playoff spot.
we have that dog fight happening. Dog fight, probably not the best phrase to use when talking about the NFL.
Michael Vick said, "What?"
Yeah.
Jeez.
Anyways, yeah. Let's just jump into the Paul versus AJ real quick. Big things on this. There was 4 championship belts on the line. Yocasta Vale defeated Yadira Bustillos at strawweight level to get, let's see, what was that? The female strawweight WBC title. And then we had Carolyn Dubois getting it done at lightweight, unanimous decision. That first one was majority decision. Carolyn got the unanimous decision over Camila Pinada at female lightweight WBC title. And then we had Chernika Johnson getting it done at bantamweight, unanimous decision over Amanda Galal. And that was for the WBA, WBC, IBF, WBO, and the ring female bantamweight titles. So all the gold belts. That's 5 times. 5 times. She's on that 5-time status. Let's see. Next, we had Anderson Silva getting the vicious knockout over Tyron Woodley with that beautiful uppercut. Touched the foot and then swung it back around. And man, Tyron Woodley was falling face forward. What'd you think on that one, Will?
Yeah, dude, you know I love Anderson Silva, and the only person striking-wise I love more than Anderson Silva is Roy Jones Jr., and when the two worlds collide and Anderson Silva's paying homage to Roy Jones with the boot touch to the uppercut, and I've never been the biggest fan of Tyron Woodley. I think he's kind of got a stick stuck up his butt. So to see Anderson Silva fold him at 50 years old with a beautiful shot.
The GOAT.
Dude, that made the whole night. Like, we knew that Jake was going to get what was coming to him, but to see Anderson 50 years old, right?
50, yeah.
50. Now, they're saying Tyron's 40, but, like, you guys don't understand. 50 years old.
That's bigger than a 10-year gap.
Yeah.
You know, it's 10
timing,
years, but that's bigger.
Right. The timing, it's not just that he hit him. It's he hit him with a shot he didn't see at all. The way he set it up, the timing and the speed with it, just the way it all happened at once was what made it spectacular. And it was over with. Like, Woodley was done. He fell face first, and afterwards he said that his coaches made the right call. In the moment, it might have been a little controversial or whatever, but I've always said when the guy falls face first, and that's a wrap for me. So I think the ref did a good job.
I just hate it for Tyron. He was upset because he had gotten back to his feet.
He's 0-2, 0-3 in the Misfits boxing.
Yeah. George, what'd you think on that one?
I believe the meme that I sent to the group chat summed it all up. Tyron Woodley is 0-7 in 2 sports since releasing his rap single, "I'll Beat Yo' Ass." Tyron Woodley has not beat a single ass.
I really love the way that Silva says his name. Tyron. That's how he says it.
No, that just goes to show you, though, that Anderson Silva is truly one of one because he did the same thing his whole career in MMA. Just pinpoint, highlight reel striking and knockouts on people. And he was like, no kicks, no grappling, no problem. Watch this.
Yeah. He was supposed to box Roy Jones. They couldn't get the money worked out. Dana couldn't get it worked out with the WBC. I don't remember what the issue was, but At one time, there were
at
legitimate
the
talks.
hype of their careers.
Yeah,
They were
the
supposed to
height
do
of
that.
it. They legitimately wanted to do, and both parties agreed to a boxing match.
Mhm.
Oh God, we missed
It
that
would've
one.
been
That one
crazy.
would have been, and we also missed GSP and Anderson Silva.
Yes, that should have happened. But we did get to see in this new boxing resurgence of Anderson Silva, we got to see him face a boxing legend in Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. So that was nice, and that was a lot better weight wise than any of these people fighting Jake Paul.
No, right.
Okay, so moving on from that, we had the women's super featherweight WBA, IBF, WBO, and ring titles on the line, where the champion, Elisa Baumgardner, defeated Leila Bodan over 12 rounds by unanimous decision to retain her titles. Do you have any takes on that?
Man, the Canadian came out strong. She looked
She did.
prepared, but Baumgartner showed why she's a champion, man. Her footwork stayed consistent. When she got tired, it wasn't a whole round. It didn't look like
Yeah.
Andrew Tate or Jake Paul diving for legs or anything like that. She took a moment, she recovered, she cut an angle, and then she got back on the offense, and she carried her power throughout the fight. Yeah, that was a great fight. Honestly, I thought it was a great fight, and the 12 rounds was warranted. They fought great
Yes.
at a good pace.
3-minute rounds.
And they were exchanging just fine all the way up to the final buzzer. So
I
hats
love
off
that.
to those ladies.
I love that they let them choose whether they were doing 2s or 3s, and it just speaks to the caliber of fighters that both those women are. That they both were like, "We're doing 3 minutes. You mean we have the chance to do a big real fight, 12 rounds, 3 minutes? Hell yeah!"
Yes,
So that was awesome to see. When Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul agreed to 8 rounds,
it's hard. It's hard to be a Jake Paul. Like, I'll have my take on that, but it's hard to be a man in the main event and walk around with your bravado intact when the ladies before you went 4 extra rounds.
No, absolutely. It's very akin to Conor McGregor tapping out against Nate Diaz, when right before that fight we watched Holly Holm take a nap in the same exact situation against Miesha Tate.
Oh, that's fair. Yep.
Identical.
How you tap? Go sleep.
Yeah. Holly Holm just said, "I'm out."
She went out punching the air too.
Yeah, she did.
It was
a little one. It was a 1-2 as she went out. It was perfect. And then McTapper, but yeah, that's how I feel. It's similar to that. Let's move on to it. At heavyweight, we had Anthony Joshua knocking out Jake Paul in round 6, 1:31 in. Just a clean right hand, and Jake Paul was being very evasive throughout the fight. Anytime he'd get cracked, he would shoot for a single leg, which was the most ridiculous. He was legitimately shooting a single leg, which was wild to see. And then I think I just clicked something. Legitimately shooting a single leg and then falling on his ass. And Anthony Joshua was just showing he's way bigger, way stronger. Was literally just hipping into him or shoving him off to the side when Paul would get into this single leg position. But he lasted a lot longer than I think any of us expected him to. And credit where credit's due, man. You went 6 rounds, well, almost went 6 rounds. You went 5 rounds with a former world heavyweight champion who's in his prime still. That's been our big gripe, is that he's been calling out these people who are either way smaller than him and not. Yeah, exactly. That was our issue, is that they were way smaller and not experienced. And now, he fights an experienced one, but they're way out of their prime. Now he fights experience in their prime and giant, way bigger than him. And we see what happens. You know, now maybe fight somebody the same size, same spot as you. That would be great to see. Well, I don't know. What do you get on it, Will?
I mean, that's a good point. We saw him box the one kid who was his size and skill level, and he won, and he won in impressive fashion. So, like,
oh yeah, the former boxer, the one he fought right before this, right?
Yes, and he did well. He did really well. He looked good. To the people who are saying that, oh man, it looks rigged. Like, if you've ever fought a person who's running from you for the entire time, it looks like this.
Yes.
It's kind of hard to get a beat on them. When someone is trying to hit you, is honestly the best time to knock them out. They're bringing their weight forward, right? You can catch them. They're not moving. They're planted. When the guy's diving for your feet and you only have your left and right hand, you don't have knees, you don't have chokes or anything like that, it looks like this. And also, Jake Paul showed us all why you should have your mouth fucking closed when you take a punch to the chin, okay? If he was biting on that mouthpiece, his jaw would not be broken like that. You don't see it so much in MMA, right? Our conditioning's a lot different. You see guys with their mouth open sometimes, but we do grappling and cage work and wall work and stand up and transition. So, you don't see our mouths hanging open. Also, knees and elbows, right? Anytime you see someone with their mouth open and they take a shot, that's what it looks like for real. So this wasn't like a situation where like Joshua carried him. Jake Paul played real life jackass in front of all of our faces, guys. Like, the kid is a maniac. He's an idiot. He's got a big brass set of balls though. And he really went out there and played a stunt in front of us against a legit heavyweight boxer. And he ran for 5.5 rounds, however long it was, but he really did it. I don't believe that it was scripted. I don't think that it was. I don't think Joshua carried him. I don't think any money was offered to Joshua. I think it's like, jackass when you throw a giant anaconda in a trailer and lock your buddy inside and just see how long it takes to get him. And hats off to the kid.
You decide to box Butterbean in the middle of a store.
Exactly. I think that's what he did. He promoted it spectacularly, like he always does. He can play the heel like no one else. He made a boatload of money. So hate him all you want. He still went and took one on the chin from Anthony Joshua. And yes, I'm like everyone else. I loved to see it when it happened, but also over here, it takes a lot of balls to just go out there and get tired and get walked on by AJ. So
and
hats off
to
to
get up
kid.
multiple times because he got dropped several times.
So
to get up from that, it takes some cojones
for sure. And we know, like, when we go compete, it doesn't matter if it's a jiu-jitsu tournament or a full-on MMA fight. Like, there's such a moment of honesty before you go and step on that mat or step in that cage or step in that ring. If you fucked around, if you missed reps, if you missed classes, and who you're about to face because you looked everything up about them. So at some point, even though Jake Paul was confident in himself, he knew it was Anthony fucking Joshua. So that took courage, man. So hats off to him for that kind of shit.
And his last boxing match was Cesar Chavez Jr.
So it was before that.
It was a few fights ago that we were talking about. It was the Ryan Borland fight that we.
There you go. But he did legitimate well against a guy his caliber.
Yeah. And again, back to that, Ryan Borland is a pro, but a pro who's not done anything big with his career since his amateurs.
And to be fair, that's where Jake Paul should be. That's his waters right now.
Yeah, but now he made his name off of beating, another streamer, and then he beat Nate Robinson, Ben Askren, Tyron Woodley, Anderson. He beat all the MMA guys, and that's how he built his name up. He lost to the one boxer he first faced, which was Tommy Fury.
The only one kind of young that I thought was going to get him fumbled the bag, and that was Mike Perry. I thought Mike Perry was going to just beat his ass up, and he fumbled it so hard.
Fumbled it bad. And that was
I would have bet a house on Mike Perry.
That was all size because he was so much bigger than Perry. And I think you run that back in bare knuckle, we got Perry winning all day.
Maybe. I want to hear what Novo thought about
Yes.
Jake
George,
Paul getting his shit rocked.
How much did you love this? Did you touch yourself to it?
This is great. This is like whenever that loudmouth that's been talking smack all time at a sporting event, you know, the quiet guy that's just there chilling with his family that doesn't know it. That dude throws haymakers, just stands up politely and shuts that dude up. It's going to be real hard for him to run his mouth with a broken jaw in two places. It might sound like
He's gonna
Charlie
do it.
Brown. It might sound like Ted when he got the stuffing put back there, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna come on, I'm gonna beat your ass, man. What are you talking about?
Well, he didn't break his thumbs, so he'll be able to say some shit on Twitter.
Yeah, we all know he's still gonna run his mouth. That's how he made his money. So it's hard to not run your mouth when it's what makes you your money. And I think the kid has a great career in the WWE one day once he decides to do that. So
And his face gets healed up.
Yeah. I've been there, done that. The broken jaw thing sucks bad. Mine wasn't broken in two places either. That's so next on the schedule for Jake Paul, what do you guys think? We already know Anthony Joshua is signed to fight Tyson Fury. So
I think you call out Chase Demore and you go fight Misfits versus MVP.
I'm all here for that because that we'll talk about this next. We'll talk about it now.
I think he takes both those guys out, honestly. So from not like the Anthony Joshua fight's a really bad example, right? But neither one of those guys are on Anthony Joshua's level.
No.
And I think the Jake Paul that beat Anderson Silva and Cesar Chavez Jr., I think that Jake Paul beats Andrew Tate and Chase Demore probably on like back-to-back weekends. Like both guys were legitimate ass.
I don't think I think Anderson currently 50-year-old Anderson beats both those guys.
You're right. I would take my money. Yeah.
So let's go ahead and cover this. I'll run through the bit here of it. But
we only care about two fights, and that's
yes,
Tony Ferguson doing Tony Ferguson.
We had Tony Ferguson defending his belt against Warren Spencer via unanimous decision, 49-45s 2 times and 48-46. Awesome to see. I do want to cover 2 other fights though. I want to point out that Taylor Starling lost.
Don't do it to her.
Split decision
don't
to the
do it
ring
to her.
girl.
Damn, you did it to her.
Carla Jade. I think at this point you need to retire. All right, I'm just putting that out there. You lost to a ring girl on the prelims. What are you doing? And then Pearl Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Emery, unanimous.
She did do well.
Yeah, she did great. And then our big one, our main event, Chase Demore, a guy who can't box to save his fucking life, defeated Andrew Tate via majority decision. It was just an ass fight all around. That's why he got a 57-57 and a 58-56 times 2. So both these guys can't fight to save their fucking life. I can confidently say that. They can't box. They might be able to fight. Tate did have kickboxing bouts where he looked good.
Yeah. Well,
Chase Demore has
40.
never looked good in combat sports in his life.
No.
I can confidently say that. I've watched all of his boxing bouts. Absolute garbage. I am confident. I'm confident I could point out 100 people that would beat him that aren't champions in any promotion. No problem.
I think if I was fighting Chase Demore, that there would be some quality dog money there.
Yes, yeah. Straight shots.
Yeah. What do you mean? Just get off on an angle. Like he didn't.
Yeah, watch out the big
Tate didn't
one.
move at all. His chin was straight in the air, and he just attacked on the
And
center
he
line
gassed.
the whole time. Yeah.
He gassed so quick.
I don't know. Move.
Yeah, tell us what you think about it, Will.
It's just everything we just said, right? Like Tate, 40 years old, 10 years out of competition. He was a good kickboxer. He really is a good combat sports athlete. But there's something to be said for being 40 years old and having 10 years out of the ring. Chase might not be quality, right? But he is in the gym all the time. He is 20, what, 3, 4 years old.
Yeah, and he's
he's
jacked.
big. He's big as fuck, right? He's more than a little bit athletic. So if you're not in there all the time and competing all the time, if you're coming off the shelf, like it's a really fucking hard thing to do. And I thought he looked good the first 2 rounds, but the style he was fighting Chase in, he was essentially trying to bully him. And when you're the smaller guy, that shit does not work out like that. And Chase, he's just bigger. He figured out in the corner, his coach is like, hey, lean on him. He comes in there, lean on him. You're not even hurting him when you're leaning on him, but he's carrying your weight and you're sapping his gas tank. And then stuff started to land. That's rough for Andrew Tate. I like how he's handled it. Chase Demore, I think if I'm Jake Paul, I'm just shooting my shot as much as I can in his direction. I'm going to come to your promotion with my jaw wired shut, and I'm still going to beat you up. And I think Jake Paul wins that fight.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he does win that fight. I think that's his all day. And I think it would be a great opportunity to cross promote. And I don't know, it'd do really well. Either way, either you fight Andrew Tate or you fight the guy that just beat Andrew Tate. You know,
Right.
Because Tate carries a name with him. He's done a great job of marketing to a bunch of incels. So he's built himself up. Hey, man, he's got the wildest fan base out there. A bunch of dudes that think they're alphas. You can't sit and listen to a guy that tells them that they're alphas or that he's an alpha or whatever, dude.
The Cobra. Imagine taking fucking advice from a guy that calls himself Cobra.
Does he call himself Cobra or the Cobra?
Andrew Cobra Tate.
I don't know which one's first. The or just Cobra?
George, how'd you feel about Andrew Tate getting shut the fuck up by that giant dork?
You know, it's so nice. And I wonder what statistical, analytical, psycho babble, fake motivation shit that he's going to read off of a calendar at, Dollar General for that one.
Yes.
He's actually taking it really well, which is wild.
He took it really well last night, too, all upside the head.
Yeah, it wasn't up there. He was forced to. Yeah, not good for him. But he's definitely going to read some bullshit and spew how he's still the GOAT. Let's move off of that and let's move on to RAF 4 results. We had some awesome wrestling. We had Jason Nolf defeating Andy Varela with a tech fall 10-0. Then we had David Carr dog walking Bilal Muhammad 10-0 with a tech fall.
Yeah, that was silly for Bilal.
Yeah, really silly. The main fight, we had Wyatt Hendrickson defeating Mason Paris, tech fall. And then the real reason anybody cares about this card at all, Yoel Romero, tech fall, and Pat Downey. That 50-year-old man still got it. He's 48.
Yeah, 49.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Jeez, buddy. He's old. He's old. Still Olympic caliber wrestler. Still phenomenal. Still showed Pat Downey how to wrestle.
Watching him blast double Pat Downey was wild.
Yeah, he didn't have to worry about a knee coming in. He didn't have to worry about what he did to Chris Weidman happening to him.
Yeah, no.
That was one of the wildest flying knee. Look, the Masvidal and Ben Askren knee is crazy. But watching Yoel fly into the air out of nowhere and he's suddenly horizontal and he's just splitting Chris Weidman's skull open.
Yes, that was rough.
It was crazy. What do you think on this one? Any thoughts?
My big takeaway, I agree. What really surprised me was that Bilal Muhammad got completely dog walked. I mean, that's all that guy does is huggies. I mean, wrestling huggies.
But this is the difference here, George, between a guy who wrestles competitively but not just wrestling versus just wrestling and a two-time NCAA division champ.
Do you think Bo Nickel would have beat Yoel Romero?
No.
No.
I think it would have been closer. It would have been a lot closer. I think Bo might have scored one, but I think it would have been Yoel all the way again.
I think he was built in that Cuban facility. I don't think that he like trained. I think it was the Captain America situation where they
I don't think it was built.
grabbed some dude that had a bunch of heart and threw him in a tube and pumped him full of shit.
I think he was molded. I think he was made. I think what they did is they grabbed a turtle, they put a super soldier serum into it, and then they painted him brown. And it's just a Ninja Turtle walking around, all right?
Yeah, he might be, honestly.
You can't tell me he's not. All right. So that is all we have for recap wise. What do you guys want to chat about? Is there anything you guys want to cover? Or?
Well, I just have a question. Other than UFC 324 coming up, what are you most excited about between George and Tanner? The fights they just announced. Me, it's Oliveira, Holloway 2. I think this will kind of show if Holloway can just run right through him again, then you got to express lane him for a title shot. I think Max beats either one of the dudes in the Patty Gaethje fight, so I think we're just kind of down the road setting up for Holloway, Ilya 2. But if Oliveira wins, it throws a wrench in the whole shit. What do you guys think? What are you waiting on?
Where is it?
Man, I don't know. George, you want to answer first?
Okay. Dang, it's that big.
Going to the 324 card, I referenced Derek Lewis and Waldo Acosta. That's going to be amazing. But let's jump ahead to 25. Let's do Volk and Lopez too.
Are you excited for that one?
I am.
Oh, by the way, one of you guys are going to have to message Dave. My phone's right there.
I know. I used to
Yes.
with somebody who was good.
I think that, I don't know, if Lopez doesn't wrestle, what's the point? Like, last time he didn't wrestle and he came up short. This time, if he doesn't wrestle, I don't see his path to victory. We know if you go strike for strike with Volkanovski, you're not – Lopez isn't a better striker than Max Holloway. He's not a better striker than Islam. And both of those guys got the short end of the stick when striking with Volkanovski. So if Lopez doesn't get him to the floor, I just don't see him winning, George.
I met a lady at the bar one time.
You know who's fighting, bud? Torres Finney's fighting on that card too. I know we're all on the edge of our seats for that one.
So let's see. For me, there's a few fights that interest me. First off, on let's see, we do 324. I'll talk about 324, 25, and 26. So 24, originally I was really looking forward to Grasso and Namajunas, but Grasso's out.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and somebody has stepped in. Who is that? Who stepped in?
It has film in it.
Can't remember for the life of me.
Learn, I guess.
Who stepped in on that one?
Yeah, it has like lenses that go on.
Caio Raio and Randy Ritters on that too?
Yes.
Yes, I don't know. Caio better show up. I think the Ritter's going to show up and try to atone for quitting against Brendan Allen.
I'm with George. Acosta, Derek Lewis on 324 for me. But Arnold Allen and John Silva is going to be a banger too. The whole card is going to be killer as long as we get it. 325, Fiziev versus Mauricio Rufy. We get Rafael Fiziev and Mauricio Rufy. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I'm all the
Did
way
you
in.
hear Hoofy is training with Volk now? He's not with the Fighting
I've seen
Nerds
him.
anymore.
Yeah, I've seen him. He's been all over training. Yeah. And 326 is another one where Brahalio versus DeRitter. We're going to see if DeRitter still has a lung. And then there's two fights that I really like on this card. We got Manny Moicano taking on Brian Ortega for the second time. Easy money. All right. And then we have the Hulk taking on Paulo Costa.
Yeah,
Paulo Costa calling out RDR. He said, Costa versus RDR, the loser is gay.
Yes.
That dude's too
Obviously,
fucking much.
ignoring Holloway versus Oliveira, because anytime Holloway fights, I'm all for it.
Dude, I'm gut wrenched for that one because Oliveira, since coming to lightweight, since they fought last, is a different thing.
And ignoring 324 because Harrison and Nunez is women GOAT status.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
It's a belt on the line and women GOAT status on the line. Whoever wins is the champion and the women's GOAT. Period.
Yeah, well, women's
Harrison can hold her down.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if Harrison gets, George, do you think I can hold you down?
I'm not
No.
I'm not the lioness.
I know. But do you think I could?
Yeah.
All right. Kayla Harrison would be, if we were to equate those two to us, Kayla Harrison is better than I am compared to Amanda Nunez when it comes to the grappling aspect. Amanda is a black belt in jiu-jitsu, but her jiu-jitsu black belt isn't this. It's like an MMA jiu-jitsu black belt. Kayla Harrison is a Olympic level judoka. She has won the Olympics golds for judo and knows how to throw a bitch and be on top of one. So I would say yes, 100%. She can hold her down.
Well,
fair's fair.
Sorry about that. Finn was being over here causing a ruckus. But yeah, that's my take on it.
I reckon that's all I got to say about that.
Yes. That's it.
Well, guys, we will be on a 2-week hiatus. Tanner Dunphy may be up here soon for the holidays. We might have a joint op then. Other than that, stay with us. Stay tuned to the Buzz Sports media page, and they'll let you know when we come back. And when the UFC fires up or there's a combat sports event to watch, we're going to let you know what to look out for, give you the details and the highlights. Until then, Coach Will, out of here.
Deuce.